Now, excuse me, I'm sick, but my name is Yana, and I'm coming to you with a very important message. And it makes me emotional just thinking about it because I know a lot of people won't take me seriously. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, it's just a dream, or it's just this, that. It's not. I'm very, I already said psychic in my other video, but I'm very aware. And God shows me things that it's just unbelievable. I don't really have dreams of my own, but I do sometimes. But I can tell the difference between that type of dream because of my own desires and a dream that I never seen before and stuff like that. So basically, I have to tell you this. I can interact a lot through my dreams. Like, I'm very understanding in my dreams. I can feel a lot, especially if I've been meditating a lot. I just am very understanding. So I'm going to just get right to it. So I felt like I was in this dream for a long time. But what this dream means is that the end is coming. And those who wish to go on the right path must do it now. Must do it now. Because when it gets too late and those bombs hit or Nebru hits, and I also had a dream about hell hitting the ground, but excuse me, I was on a porch, and I don't know this porch, but I was on the porch, and hell started hitting the ground, and the hell turned into flame, like it was raining fire. So that's another thing. There will be very intense. I have visions too, but I'm gonna just get right into the dream because it's already almost 3 minutes. So basically, I have to explain this to you so you can understand my perspective. I can see the dream, and also in moments I can zip through and get into the body of a certain person, or it could just be automatic, like I'm supposed to experience. Because I do remember a certain time in one of my dreams before where I actually, like my soul, I didn't have a body in this dream. It was just my eyes. And I felt my presence. And I felt, getting into a whole nother thing, but if you guys are interested, you would listen. And I felt my presence there. And I could just feel everything that my soul was doing. But I just felt like whatever I was supposed to know, my soul just wouldn't let me know, like, in this realm. Because basically I shifted. Like, I was standing in the water. Something was happening. That's a whole nother topic, but something was happening. And there was a boy across from me, and he seen something in the water. And he shouldn't have been in that cave, but it was two boys. And I'm not going to get in detail. If you want detail about the story, you can leave a comment or something. And if you want to hear more about the experiences, leave a comment, because I will read them. But I felt myself shift straight to him. And it's like I woke up inside of him, and I looked down, and I seen what he was looking at. But it really felt like I was zooming, like I felt it, you know? I just wanted to share that experience because that's how it is in a lot of my dreams, like the shift. But that was just a moment where I actually was aware of what I was doing and aware that I was entering into the state. Anyway, time for the dream. So, at first, what I seen, sorry if I'm not looking at the camera because I'm thinking, it was like muddy water. Honestly, it was like this vast land, and it had muddy water. And the first thing that came out, like, it was a guy escaping, like he was a fugitive, maybe like an immigrant or something. But he was like, he came out of the water, like that's the way he was traveling, or he was hiding or something. And he came out of that muddy water, and he started running up the hill, like fast, like he was grabbing onto the grass trying to run up the hill. And I'm looking at him, I'm like beside him, and I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at him go up the hill, and I'm like, what is he running from? And then I look up at the sky, and then I see bombs coming down. So there's bombs coming down. And then after that part, my dream shifted. It was a Buddha type of man, but again, I was experiencing this in his body. And it's weird because I feel like I was experiencing it and watching it in two different places at the same time. So, I was in his body, and I seen the bombs, and I was like controlling the bombs. I was like pausing them from hitting the ground so soon. Like, honestly, this is how it was. And I was like this, and I was like up to the sky, and I was like with my hands, and something was coming out of my hands to stop the bombs. So after doing that for a while, it's like, it's weird because there's a certain part of my dream, I don't know what this symbolizes because it was a little bit confusing. It was like a jacket, like one of those crazy jackets or something. That's how it looked to me. But it was like the Buddha man had it, and the other end of the jacket, like the arms, like the other arm or something, it was like connected to the other people. And every time he would just go like this, he would just go like this, well, I would go like this. And every time I would do that, the people would shift and move away from the bombs. Like, I just kept doing that. And the landscape that we were on, after the boy ran up the hill, he ran over the hill, it was like this big vast land, and there was like still the hill there. So I just kept doing that. I just kept trying to get the people away. It was like about a good 12 people. It was men and women there, like they were trying to get away from something. And his clothes were orange, bald head, light skin, but more like not light, but you know, like he was from that type of foreign place or something. Like he just had like olive type of skin, or like he just had a tan. So he's slash he doing that, and I'm gonna just call him the Buddha, cause yeah. So he was doing that, and it was like there was this moment where I realized that the bomb was going to hit regardless. And so the bomb just comes down. Boom. The bomb didn't explode because at that moment, instantaneously, my hands were on the bomb like this. Because this is another dream. I had a dream, my hands were like this on the ground, but I was looking at the moon like we were like connected or something. But my hands were on the bomb, and I was like pushing, and I was like pushing real hard so that the bomb won't hit us. That's crazy. And I was like moving the bomb away from everybody else and myself. But I wasn't scared to touch the bomb. I wasn't scared of what would happen to me. I just didn't want people to get hurt, basically. I just wanted to save them. And after that, this is where it gets even crazier in the dream, because so then I go over the hill back to the water, like my vision shifts, and it's like I'm zooming and I'm zooming in. So I go, my eyes, like my sight shifts over the hill again, and there's clear, crystal clear water. The water's not muddy no more. The water is like very clear. And there is a lotus flower, right? A big lotus flower. Big enough to fit a man. Because that's what was on it, a man. And it was a big lotus flower. Kind of dark, a darkest pink color. But he was sitting on it in the lotus posture. And his hair was cut to right here. And it was like, had a little bit of a crow pattern in it. And, oh my God, what color clothes did he have on? I think it was orange. I'm not sure. because they start getting really blurry. Like certain details start getting really blurry after a while. That's why I write my dreams down so I can remember. I haven't been doing that lately, but I seen that for a moment. It was just very beautiful, because if you would have seen the size of this lotus, I mean, like, it's still enough room for him to spread out his knees if he wanted to, you know? So, and then after that, my dream shifted, and like, there's a man, and here we go. Boom. It was like he was sitting in front of something, but he was on top of the water too, on top of a lotus flower. I don't remember the details of the lotus, but the water was muddy. It was muddy like it was when the African guy, yes, he was African, when the African guy got out of the water and ran up the hill and a bomb hit. He looked like he was kind of Israelish, something like that. Like, he looked like black hair. He was a bigger type of man, you know, wasn't that big, just a little stomach. But he was sitting on this lotus, and like, again, like them other man, the lotus was floating above the water, but the water was very dirty. And all of a sudden, I just seen another, excuse that, but all of a sudden I knew, because things come to me as my intuition, my spirit, I knew what this man was about. I knew he was about money, I knew he was greedy, and I knew he didn't care. That's the things that I instantly knew, because certain, like, being psychic and stuff, you just, like, instantly know certain things. And even if it's not in a dream, I do have stuff like that happen to me all day, every day in real life. So yeah, that's just something I wanted to share with you guys, because the rapture is coming. God is coming, and the end of the world is coming. I've been saying this since I was like 10 years old, honestly. Like, I'm so serious. Like, I can't express it to you enough. I can't get you to understand enough, but I'm hoping that you understand where I'm coming from. You don't think that this is a joke, because I get visions while I'm awake. And I will tell you that one of the visions that I had, everything was burnt. Everything was charred. The ground was charred. There was no grass. There was nothing. It was just charred little pieces. I have a bandage on my head, but charred little pieces. Like, you could see like it was like burnt down wood or something. You could just see the residue from all the burntness that just spread out vastly. Like, the whole land was burnt, and the sky was red. Like, it had a red tint to it. The sky was very red, and that's what I seen. But in another vision, I also seen that it was people in front of a car. I think I already seen this. It was like on the news somewhere afterwards. But it was like something with cops or something. They were protesting about something. But this was a little bit different. It was like people in black in front of a car, but they were rioting. And I seen the words war, bold letters in white, cover my vision, because that's how it is. It's like my eyes fluster a little bit, or I zone out, and it just happens. And I seen the words war. That's another thing that scared me, and just always in my thoughts. So I just feel like you guys need to know, you guys need to wake up, you guys need to start looking at what matters in life, because when you die, all this stuff, everything that you know is not going to matter anymore. Everything that's going to matter is what your soul accomplished. And it's not how much money you made or what you did successfully in this life. If you didn't make a change for the better, then what are you doing? What are you doing? I keep seeing orbs in this video. Let me know if any of you guys can like see this stuff. But what was I saying? Oh God. Oh yeah, gotta make a change for the better. Gotta make a change. I know I'm not perfect. I know I have things to work on. I meditate sometimes. I skip meditation and I get lazy. And then I meditate and then it's just we all we all make mistakes and we're all like human and have this ego and have this pride. That's something that we have to get rid of because my goal is mindlessness while being mindful. If you understand. I don't know if you do. But yeah. My name's Deanna and I hope you enjoyed this video and I didn't get too boring or too talkative because I am a Virgo and I do that a lot. So, have a nice day.